Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to this really quick Smoke and Meats episode. I'm here with my Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800, and I know a lot of you have been asking questions on Facebook groups or otherwise, how do I bypass my switches? And we've talked a little bit about it in other videos, but I wanted to do a really quick one to fully explain what I've done and what you can do too. So let's just get right into it. Okay guys, so on your grill, there are 3 total switches. When I say switches, I mean these looking things. Now this is a Gravity Series 800, so every grill is gonna have obviously the same switches, but mine look a little different. Got a different tray in there for today. Link in the description if you guys want that. Thing is sweet, works really well. Slides around a little bit, but you can put a whole brisket here. I put a 12-pound weight on there the other night and it was fine. Anyway, back to the story. So this switch here is your lid switch. It's pretty not important. Then you have your chimney switch up here, and you also have a switch down here. So all 3 of these together are fairly vital when connected to keeping your system on. But I will say this, the switch up front is only really important over 500 degrees. Once you reach if you're smoking and this switch is broken, you'll never know it. If you try to grill at 500 degrees or more, the grill won't go over 500 if this switch isn't, you know, connected, if the circuit's not connected. So if it's bad and you try to go up to 600 degrees and it doesn't, that's typically the first thing. So that switch is not as vital. This one, if it's not, if the circuit's not closed, your fans won't turn on, and same thing with the door there. So let's jump right into how I bypass my switch. Okay, underneath the grill, mine's fairly easy to get to, and I've already bypassed them, but you will have 2 wires going this way, and I took mine out already, but they typically go in through here. One will connect to this switch. See those 2 little pins in there? One will connect there, one will run all the way up your chimney stack and hook up to that switch right there. So I've since removed mine because I'm fully committed to bypassing, and I also am running a Fireboard Pro 2. But anyway, that's besides the point. So to bypass these, there are a couple things you can do. I've done it in a very clean manner on mine. So the wire that goes obviously to your fan, that's the fan wire. Then you have a switch. This one went to either the ash bin or the chimney, and this one, same thing. So normally they're not connected, so you're just gonna have them open like that. I went on Amazon and I bought these little connectors. I'll put the link in the description. These are called JST type H, I think, or type K. Either way, I'll put the link in the description. All you have to do, and I soldered mine and did a nice heat shrink, but you can cut the wires short, twist them together. You can heat shrink them. You know, you can, if you don't know how to solder, you can twist them together and heat shrink them and just connect this. So you're fully connecting that circuit, and then you're just going to take it and you're going to plug it in to your, I can't do this one-handed, sorry guys, this was a quick video. So you're going to plug that guy in there, and just like that, you'll have this one. So you just want to go ahead and do both of those. I'll come back and fix that in a second. And then the last one is going to be up under here. So again, this was my lid switch connector, which I'm no longer using, and that, you can tell, goes through there. Now the other line coming through is actually your fan, but I believe the fan is always going to be red and black, whereas the lid switch is black and black. Dude, are you gonna stop licking that? No? Okay. So anyway, so you have black and black, that goes to your lid switch. Red and black, again, that's your fan. So again, yours will look different. I'm running a Fireboard Pro 2, but all you have to do is bypass your lid switch, and you'll have connectors up here, and you're just going to find where this one plugged into, take another one of those plugs and plug it in. So guys, that's pretty much it. Just go ahead and make these. These things are pretty easy to get. The other thing you can do is take tin foil, and you can shove tin foil inside of these connectors and just connect those 2 pins. That's a temporary solution. The other thing you can do is cut this line and twist these 2 wires together. I wouldn't recommend cutting on this side, but this side's pretty sacrificial. But either way, guys, you're completing a circuit. If you know anything about electronics, all you're doing with that lid switch depressed, once that switch goes down, it completes the circuit. So those two pins are now one, in theory, right? So it's connecting a circuit, and that's coming back here. So as long as you connect those two guys, and again, you connect those two wires, it's going to think that all your switches are bypassed. So when people say bypass, that means that it will run, the Masterbuilt version anyway, will run, and you can see I'm still bypassed here, even though I probably don't need to be, but this Masterbuilt system will run. Now, if you ever want to, like, I don't know, put wood in while you're, you know, running your grill, you can just pull one of these guys, right? You pull one, dink, and then the whole system will allow you to turn off, and then you can fill your hopper up and plug that back in, and then it will go, oh look, the lid's closed, or the hopper's closed. So I like these guys because it's non-destructive, right? So you can always replace it if you sell it or decide that you don't like doing this. Initially, guys, I just had tinfoil in there, and that was a short-term solution. Middle of a cook, I had a problem and didn't love it, so wanted to go back to something less destructive. So plug that guy in there. Again, that's the clean way, in my opinion, to do it. Keeps it all good. Tuck it back up there. I've even removed the wire, like I said. But ultimately, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Hopefully I covered everything. But yeah, link in the description for those wires. Otherwise, cut them, twist them yourself. You don't have to buy connectors. Hope you're enjoying that, sir. Take it easy, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.